Welcome. I have collectively finished my albums and I'm working on a collaboration album. But I figured I would like to introduce to you the template I work with in Pro Tools so that you may also learn how wonderful creating a template like this can be for a self recording artist. So it's kind of hard to see, it's kind of blurry, but let's see what we can do. So the first thing you need is your click track. And you just go like track, new, and then this is basically all you're going to be doing to create your template or to understand how it works. You have an audio track and then you have your different types. You have a folder. So these over here are folders I made. Lead vocals and guitars and stuff like that. You have your audio track, which is going to be your input coming from your mic and your instruments. That guy right there. Your mic and your instruments. So there's your audio track. Where's click track? How do you create a click track? How do you... Wait a minute. Track. I forgot how to create a click track. Oh, right here, click. I'm not sure, but somehow you get this click track. It comes like automatically loaded to Pro Tools. And the first thing you do when you record your track is you want to set a nice tempo rather than starting to record and then figuring out what the tempo is you just recorded in. So you go like this. You go start from the beginning, you put your headphones on, and you click play. And then you just listen to the click. It's that fast right now. You don't like it, you go like this. You go back to the start. Then you go into your tempo. And you change it. You go up 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 80, whatever you want. And you just listen in your headphones and tap your fingers until you figure out the tempo you want. Once you have that, then you want to lay down some drums. And what that comes with is I have the lead track and the drum track. So these are folders. And these four here are auxiliary tracks. And these four here are auxiliary tracks. And the auxiliary tracks, boom, lead to the actual instrument tracks. So there's lead. So these four auxiliary tracks and these four auxiliary tracks for the drum and the lead all lead to these four aux. Okay, or these are the instrument tracks and these are the aux tracks. I'm not sure, but you have aux and you need to pair for your MIDI keyboard, you need to pair auxiliary tracks with instrument tracks. And then here is where you have your this and everything you want, right? And all the different tracks you want. So this is where you can create. Then you go to record. You just record like this. You record this. And that's going to activate this track as well, because over here I have it point to that track. So this points to this. And then I have these options so I can add effects. So I have the instrument track here, and then I can add 5 effects. And then I also have the auxiliary tracks, which are the same thing, but you just here I select drums, and here I select pianos and strings and whatever, synths and whatever. And then I can add my effects to the individual track. But to go above and beyond that, this is my drum. They all output to a bus drums group. And here, they output to a bus leads group. Whereas that, at the start, I have my click track, I have my master, submaster, I have everything going into the submaster. Everything coming in from the mix bus goes into the submaster, and the submaster goes into the master output. So I can do everything pre-fader on the submaster, and I can do everything post-fader on the master. And what goes into the submaster is my individual groups: drums group, leads group, guitar, and vocals. So I can edit all my vocals here, all my guitar effects here, all my synths, all my drums, and they all go into the submaster, and then I can edit all of the submaster in one, and then the master. And then obviously when you bounce your session, you need to mute the click track. And this is the folder. So I have a folder for the lead vocals and the background vocals, and they're working in parallel. So vocals 1 recording is all the way to the left, vocals 2 recording is all the way to the right, but it goes into the vocals auxiliary, and that's parallel compression. So the left side of the vocals is completely clean, unedited, and the right side of the vocals, I do maximum effects, and then you combine them, regular on the left, effects on the right, and you have two identical tracks. You record them together. So when you record your vocals, you record both of these together, and you just edit the left side. You leave the left side regular, you edit the right side, and this is how much you want to apply the effects. And then you have your parallel edited vocals. Same thing for backing vocals. You record both of them at the same time, and you send them into your effects and how much you want to send them into effects. Now that's just one pair of vocals. If you want more vocals, they're all in the folder. So you just go in your folder and you add a new track and you put it in the folder, so you can add more vocals and more backing vocals. And these are all color coded nicely. So vocals are yellow, guitars are blue, 1, 2, 3 guitars, live drums 2, 1, 2 live drums, because those all come from the interface input from here and your mic, and you can get a little live drum and play it. So those are the guitar tracks folder, all in blue. And then you have these two, and that's it. You have your lead, your drums, you record them, you put the effects on them, you record the guitars, you put the effects on the guitars. And that comes from up here, the guitars effects. So and they're all organized. These are all purple, these are all dark green. And this is a folder, this is a folder, this is a folder. They're named in capital letters, acronyms, so they don't take up much space. See, drum aux is DRM, lead is LED AUX 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you're editing, you pan stuff. So you pan stuff to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. You add some volume to them, pre-fader, and then you add your effects, which also adds some gain, like compression and dynamics and EQ and stuff like that, saturation, harmonics, distortion. and that adds some volume and gain to your tracks as well. Here's all the tracks. And then to record, you just select the track you want to record. These guys down here all come from this. And your vocals, live drums, and your guitars all come from your microphone and your guitar plugin. So you go up here, you click record, you click record the track you want to record, and you hit spacebar. And it's starting to record. And that's how you do it. You hit spacebar, and then you have one track, then you add more tracks, and then you change how to duplicate it. You just hold Alt to copy and paste it. You hold Alt and you select it. You hold Alt, and then you can go like that, and you can repeat and create loops. And you can also shorten it, and it remembers what you had before. So if you want to ever make it bigger again, oh, but this track is empty. So it won't let me make it bigger again, but usually you can make it bigger as well. Shorter and bigger. And that's how you create an arrangement for your sound. Up here I labeled the markers as well. Intro, verse 1, verse 8, verse 1, 8. So these are 4 bars. These are 4 bars. Chorus 1, break. Verse 2, 8, chorus 2, chorus 3, verse 3, 8, chorus. Now you don't got to follow along with this, but it's nice to get these little grids to know where 4 bars is, where 8 bars is, where a little break is, where a pre-chorus is. So you can create your own markers, but it's a hassle creating markers all the time. So I just keep these as a template. I don't follow it ever, but like, it's nice to know, okay, I got intro 4 bars and I have 8 bars here, 8 bars, 4 bars, 8 bars. So the markers are nice, they break it up. And I can always go into my grid and make it a quarter note, or go into my grid, make it 1 bar, and it changes the value I see. I like to leave it as a half note. Grid. So there's half notes. You can always change it to a quarter note, an eighth note. And that allows you, when you're moving crap over, like how much you're going to move it. So you move it there. But if you go to your grid and you make it a half note, you can only move it half notes over. So you move it there. And because we set a tempo and we worked in a tempo, we have this beautiful grid format. And we just follow along. When you have a little bit of tracks recorded, you can listen to your click track while you're recording and keep tempo and beat like that. Or if you already got your drum tracks recorded, you can just mute the click track and just listen to your drums while you add more tracks. And that's it. And remember, this is your groups. You can edit your groups with panning, volume, and then your effects. So you just go multi-channel, and then you got everything you want. Now, if you're really geeky on this, you can just buy as many plugins as you want. But I use simple plugins. All my tracks were recorded using simple stock plugins, and maybe a couple of purchased ones. And like $500 for the Abbey Roads. Where's the Abbey Roads? There's an Abbey Road right there. $500 for these Abbey Roads. The Beatles Abbey Road stuff. They're my favorite for like guitars and stuff. One of my favorites. So you have your Abbey Road stuff. And that was $500 for all of those different plugins. And other than that, I use like all the stock stuff, and just mainly panning, volume, a little bit of effects. And the one drive is awesome. Oh my god, it's so good. I think this comes stock with it right here. This is it. This is the whole plugin. You just listen to it and adjust the one single knob. You have this for reverb, for delay, for compression, for saturation, for filtering. You have everything, different knobs. Just one knob, that's it. And it changes the sound so much beautifully. Such an amazing plugin. Other than that, not much to it. Not much to it. What else do I have here? For vocals, my favorite vocal is the King's microphone. King's microphone. All you do is you load this guy up, and it's like all your vocals, instead of going into all your regular microphone, all of them get swooshed into this one little microphone singing here. So it's like you just select which microphone you want, and all your vocals go into here, and it's amazing. Changes it to sound like the King's microphone. And then also, when you're editing your vocals, you can go into, I like to go for the EQ. You just go into, for the dynamics, for the compression, two things are very nice here. You got the bass rider and the bass rider live. So the bass rider, it just compresses as if you were playing a bass and bass instruments. And then for vocals, you go dynamics and you go vocal rider, and it matches the vocals. And you don't got to move a thing. You just set this target up here for how loud you want it to be. Maybe you could adjust these, but you don't even need to adjust these. And the fader will move along with the vocals and compress as you're playing the vocals. So all the effects and editing for me is done pretty simply and basically. And just whatever sounds good. As you're playing it, you go step by step. You edit one track, you add the effects, and you play it back. And then when you're done everything, you just go up here, select everything, file, bounce mix. Name it Absolute Ghosts Along the Coast. And bounce, music, bounce, 48 hertz, 24-bit interleaved from the master into a WAV, and bounce. And there you have it, your beautiful recording. So this template is beautiful because it's so organized, it's color-coded, it's got presets, it's got auxes pointing to instrument tracks, it's got folders, it's got submasters and groups, and it's got a click track, and it's got parallel editing with the vocals and the guitars as well going into the groups. So this took me a long time to make, many iterations, but I finally came up with this template, and I've been using it for every track I've ever made since then. Obviously, when you record, you don't use every single track. I mean, when you're a self-recording artist, it's gonna overdo it. I only sometimes make a couple, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if you need more, you can always just add another track and put it into one of these folders, either a guitar, a drum, a synth, a lead, a vocals, and you have all your groups up here. So, I hope you like this video. Leave a thumbs up, and peace.